What up, fam? And welcome back to our channel. I'm Dale.
And I'm Jazz.
And before we get into it today, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when we drop monstrous eats like these. Welcome back. Such a treat. Great play, fam. Come on, let's eat. Shall we pray?
Lord, thank you for the food. Thank you for the hands that prepared the food. Thank you for everyone joining us here today. We pray that you continue to bless them just as much as you bless us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen, amen, amen. Well, thumbs up the video. We've been doing a really good job on likes. So 1K likes. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Turn that red button gray. Then come back and enjoy this meal with us today. Babe,
we got to eat.
Yes.
Happy Taco Tuesday. We got some loaded taco salad. Yes. We got some chips, meat, cheese, black olives, black beans, corn, lettuce, pico.
We
sour cream and some sauces. How y'all doing? What y'all eating on? Let us know down below.
Yes sir, yes sir.
We is hungry. We have been ripping and running all day long, so grocery shopping at that.
Mm-hmm.
Some jalapenos. So I almost our same old nachos.
Just add a bit of corn.
A little more. Mm-hmm. This is a good after groceries treat.
Mm-hmm.
And it take a lot of cooking.
Because it's large, flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, easy.
Mm-hmm. That corn good.
Because going to 4 different stores, it can be time consuming.
And try your rent.
But it's a necessity and worth it at this point where we live.
And it's toasted in half. Half what we was looking for.
So we still gotta go back out tomorrow and try a couple more stores.
That is amazing me.
But a lot more people are home and cooking, and shortages everywhere.
Mm-hmm. I remember even the we were looking for plastic spoons for 2 days.
However, though, we have only looked in one store, so
move on.
Mm-hmm. We already said we were gonna stop shopping at that particular location. Just to be, and always time go to the other one if they have an abundance.
You know that's gonna make me mad. Happy mad.
But that's different areas of different employees, different supervisors, so different standards.
Different type of customers.
Mm-hmm.
But you just think because it's a chain store, they all got the same thing.
No.
In the same state now, different. I know different states have different. So
Customer supply and demand plays a part in that too, as well as like if enough people are saying it, you know, over here Most of us be trying to get in and out. If they ain't got it, we'll catch them when they got it. Other side of town, if they check in the morning, come back in the afternoon and they ain't there, they're talking to the manager. Sometimes like placing stock orders can also contribute as well.
Well, we gonna see.
I'm definitely interested to see.
Because we already did that one time. We found a hand sanitizer.
Yeah. That was aggravating and annoying.
It made me feel some type of way. I ain't gonna say. But that was crazy.
But unfortunately,
I'm talking about none about us.
nope.
And
In abundance.
and nobody fighting over it.
Nope.
They was over here fighting.
And plenty to go around, chef. In the other side of town.
People gotta tell them about the game. It was crazy, y'all.
We had quite a few incidents at the game. I don't feel like talking about it right now. I mean, I don't feel like ruining my mood.
Bad want to talk about it, but the boys did lose. We'll tell y'all the story another day. But just know it was a very crazy Saturday. Very crazy.
But also, it highlighted the need for independent officials. Because when kids' well-being is at risk and people pretty much are being lackadaisical, like they have no concern, that's definitely cause for concern.
These nachos, choco salad, it's good.
7, 10.
Chicken later.
Even with not including chips.
Them beans and corn is good add.
They're definitely dope.
It's heavy. But off the chain.
I did yourself as usual.
What else you gotta tell the fam? We're still talking about the pill bottle. Everything is a mood ruiner.
Long story short on that one, something finicky.
It's going to the post office.
But also highlights the need to keep up with your receipts for your important transactions. Because especially paying with cash.
Let me show y'all the story. Y'all gonna be like, what?
But this also the second time this year that's happened. Earlier this year when it happened, I couldn't find my receipt. So,
You was dead on that.
because when I went back in to go check the P.O. box, they were like, oh, no, this P.O. box closed. Well, we're not finna argue with you and go back and forth right now. Because this was back in June. I go find my receipt, and I come back and gonna reimburse me. So, pay in June, fortunately enough, I keep a crossbody shoulder bag, and I put the receipt in the center pouch of that. But tell us why, after our P.O. box was opened, got new keys, check keys, perfect fine back in June. We go in last week, no, week before last. Can't get in the P.O. box. Go to the counter. They say, oh, this P.O. box has been closed since January for non-payment. Like, nah, we ain't gonna play this game.
Not again.
I need to speak to the postmaster. And I'm lodging a formal complaint. Because also at this point, especially for my P.O. box to have a lock on the other side and be closed out after, and then they tried to blame it on whomever I checked out with back in June.
Like, no, you
Trying
can't
to say,
do that either.
well, maybe they applied for the wrong box, and that's what the problem is. However,
It's straight on the receipt.
said the box and the keys to the box on the receipt. So in order for our box to be closed, that means that someone went behind her and closed it out. Because the box had been reopened in June. But it also makes no sense that their systems don't show who did what when. I promise I would have been so upset because this time, the last time we paid for 6 months, this time I paid for a year. I've been hot.
I'm like, nah. But they handled that part. My beef is, okay, if my box been closed, where my package is at?
And also,
We get an email every time it's time to renew. Before they close it. But this time, we get nothing.
first of all, it would have been premature to close because it was open, well, reopened in June. 13 months from that is August next year.
I don't know what they got going on.
But they're gonna get some straightening. Because at this point we paid for a shirt for the whole year that we have not been able to utilize.
And where is my packages? Cause usually they send them back. And nobody told me they got their packages back. That's weird. Yeah, I think y'all sweet.
Mm-hmm. But receipts speak.
I didn't think you was gonna hand no receipt.
Mm-hmm. Especially paying for a year in cash.
Mm-mm. This is my business. Why would I not keep receipt?
They're gonna learn by playing.
Even if it ain't. I paid for something for a year. I'm not gonna keep my receipt.
At this point, 19 months, so when I came in on something I already paid for, you take my P.O. box was closed since January.
You're like, now I know you lying because I just came in here and got a package. About a month ago. But see,
Also over.
I feel like somebody watching the box though. Because they know we don't visit often.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody being slick.
But whatever they did, hope they get caught.
Me too.
Because if you're that brazen to be closing P.O. boxes out, another thing
That's
and another
illegal.
problem.
It's almost like opening my mailbox.
Because also that would mean that when stuff started back coming in, somebody who thought they knew what was going on probably had minded somebody else's business and went to our box like because of the same name. Whatever it is.
What's done in the dark come to the light. You might be
honestly,
slick.
but you ain't gonna get the last go round. Honestly, when stuff like this happens to us, it's like, okay, cool, because I usually have time. And I keep pretty good records.
Yeah, you do.
I know you.
Why you even saying that? You ever tell the fam about that?
Which one?
You said that ticket, that warrant.
I feel like we did.
Come on,
But it's new people.
long story short.
Long story short, I had a warrant for no insurance. But one, during the time frame, I wasn't even in the city.
Let alone that city.
Two, I had insurance. So that was pretty easy to prove. But pretty much, talking about that it was from 2008.
And this 2000, what?
Mm-hmm.
18? We're looking like, what?
And the only reason I found out about it because I went to go renew my concealed carry. So I go there, and I'm like, oh no.
They're like, you can't get it, you got a warrant. What? A warrant?
So they tell me where I need to go to clear it up. I go there. This is where the gang come in. Now when I get there, they tell me what it is. I'm telling them, nah, this BS, and I can prove it because, again, I'm with the same insurance company, so I just gotta, if I don't have it in my records, I can just request it from them. Oh, well, you're gonna have to do that on your own time, sir, because it's $100, it's $150 non-refundable administration fee for you to walk out of here. Otherwise, we're gonna book you.
Like, first of all, I ain't come to turn myself in. I came to see what was going on.
That doesn't matter.
You trying to trap me. You would have been better off calling on the phone. You gonna take me to jail? I mean, you gonna lock me up?
They won't give you any
information.
Because that's PII. So I had to go in to even find out what day the ticket was for.
That's crazy.
Fast forward to a month later when I go to court. So they call my name. The judge now already convinced to telling me what my fine gonna be and all this. I'm like, no. You gonna cop my insurance? This man looks at me and says,
this man got some.
Wow, you have
10-year-old
a copy of insurance from almost 10 years ago? I said, yes. Military personnel used to keep pretty meticulous records.
For crap like that.
But again, I'm still out $150 for the non-refundable administration fee.
Your bill, pretty much.
When it was a bogus charge for the whole while.
Because first of all, who put out a warrant for 10 years ago?
No insurance, nevertheless.
Where y'all even found that ticket at? Cause you done been back.
And
they got an actual speeding ticket.
The warrant wasn't issued until 2 weeks before I went to go renew my concealed carry.
So luckily you went and did that, or if you had got pulled over, they would have been jail. Off the top. Well, they wouldn't have been talking about no, do you got $150?
Because they even were like, this is very odd. Because the year saying ticket is for, go here to go see these people because this don't make no sense.
It was they had the 10-year-old insurance for me.
They still snaked me out of $150.
And it was the fact that you knew you had it. We started going through them boxes.
Because that's another thing, like, not all units are the same, but with my unit, with me being from Alabama, I couldn't even leave post without having car insurance.
Right. So I know dang well I ain't got no insurance.
But even if I would have been here, I still had insurance. That's why I'm like, no. First of all, I just wanted me because I wasn't even capable of being in Alabama at that point. Had to pay to prove that too. But the fact that I had insurance, period, nullified it.
Right. That was crazy.
And it just goes to show that even when you're completely innocent, you can still
beat up.
Get manipulated.
They knew what they were doing. Again, being slick.
They thought they were gonna get my money.
Yeah, because they definitely not expecting you to have no 10-year-old insurance. What it?
So they think they're gonna get to fine me. We can do all this other stuff. Nope.
I'm so confused. Like, it ain't statutes of limitation on that?
Counties desperate for revenue.
Where are your statues?
No.
No. People have parking tickets for years.
Not when it comes to like also administrative paperwork, because regardless of when it's from, someone can always make it seem like it's current to get it through, even though it's old.
Then did they try to say they sent you some mail to like an old address? I'm like, now if the ticket 10 years old, you know dang well.
But also that was another thing on what I was able to, like, I never even lived there. Because I asked myself, okay, it was this for me, and I got pulled over at that time. The address on my license was California. So why would it not be mailed to the address on my license instead of this address here you're telling me? So you mean tell me when I theoretically got pulled over back then, y'all saw the address on my license, but I was able to, hey, can you mail the ticket to this place here?
Mm-hmm. So you can't get a no insurance ticket on the car. It goes on the person.
Uh-huh. The person.
Okay, what did you do? Did you leave your car here?
Oh,
Right, or just gone. But no, you said this, the ticket go on the person. Cause they point, they saying you was driving, they pulled you over.
yes, but that's why they also tell you to, like if you're driving someone else's car,
Yeah.
make sure they have insurance, because the ticket goes to the person, not the car. Just because it's not your car doesn't mean you can't get hit with
The
no
insurance
insurance.
on the car, but
Correct.
ticket go for you.
Yep.
Cause you the operator.
There you go.
Can't get a car ticket.
Correct.
What is he gonna do? But fine. I mean, still pay a fine. I guess they're gonna like look on your tag or whatever.
Well, certain stuff on your record can get your tag suspended, can get your registration suspended. Depending on what kind of traffic violation it is.
Woo! That was good. I want to eat some of that corn by itself.
Oh yeah, it was spectacular.
It was very good. These are a very good combination. And these chips is the broke chips.
Yep.
I think we're gonna eat all the ones.
But we'll get through it.
I'm finna do this. Stop. You finna be on your own. For the last little comment. Man, I was hungry. That was good. I did a lot of walking today.
A lot of walking in a short, confined space. Like loops and loops in the same space.
Yes.
But them be the one that get you. Because when you're doing loops and loops and walking around in a small confined area, you don't think that you're doing as much as you would if say you were out on the track and you know it's a certain amount and you know the track is a certain length.
Yeah, I should have put a
counter on.
yes.
Count your steps.
I think my phone do tell me. I know I did a lot. I did it on purpose though.
Work her down.
Yeah, trying to keep that baby moving. Excuse me. We got more groceries to put up. We need to be, but first of all, we was running out of everything.
Including time on the previous clip.
Second of all, we finna get ready to have a baby. And somebody gonna be here with the kids. And if we had went
Any minute
labor
now.
yesterday, it wouldn't have been no groceries here.
Mm-hmm.
When people take care of our kids, I like to leave them
Sit.
prepared with everything they need for them and the kids. And then a little something.
Because you never really
So
know.
that was we had to go to that grocery store. Or all them grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
We got fruit. I've been craving fruit.
Yeah. I'm craving soup
I
sauce.
mean, yep, we got some stuff to make some soups. Some quick breakfast and lunch for the kids. Ouch, ouch.
She kicking you.
No, my something's shooting up my leg. I think it's because I'm sitting like this.
Did you ever figure out what that
Excuse me.
leaking was earlier?
We gonna see. But yeah, now we're a little sick. For if she come. And if she come, the boys is out of school this week.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that would have been fine. But I'm not gonna wish that.
Cause that's still like
That early.
yeah,
3
that's 20
weeks.
days early.
And speaking of the kids, they're going to kids.
Love you, fam.
We're going to fam. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Stay safe, stay blessed.